Join me as I check out Kilkenny, the old ruins of Glendalough, and the beautiful Wicklow Mountains. I will also visit a farm to watch a very impressive sheepdog demonstration. It's going to be a fun trip around Ireland's best spots. There is a little bit of everything for everyone. Our first place we're going to visit is Kilkenny. This is a small city full of history and charm. It's about 130 kilometers from Dublin, and it takes around 2 hours to get there by car and a little bit longer if you take the train or bus. Kilkenny has been a busy city since medieval times, originally a big trading spot. Even today you can see its old buildings and feel the friendly, welcoming atmosphere. The city has a population of around 28,000 people. So this is the river Nor, if I remember correctly. And from here we can see the castle. The main attraction is the stunning historic castle surrounded by beautiful gardens that are perfect for a leisurely stroll. But even wandering through the charming small streets is a delightful experience because there are plenty of shops and cozy pubs where you can enjoy a pint. The area is rich in interesting sights, from historic landmarks to lively cafes, and its vibrant atmosphere makes it a wonderful place to explore. I only had about 2 hours, and I mainly focused on the bridge and the area surrounding Kilkenny Castle, but there is so much more to discover. You can also visit the Smithwick's Brewery for an awesome beer experience and learn about Ireland's famous brewing history. It's a fun and tasty way to enjoy some of Ireland's best drinks. Now we are approaching the canal square, and right in the middle of the square you can see the hurling statue, which celebrates the popular game and the many talented players from Kilkenny. Just across the monument, there is a takeaway spot called Blah Blah Blah. It was recommended to me, so I decided to give it a try and ordered one of their blah sandwiches to go. The sandwich was good, but nothing particularly special. So welcome to the Kilkenny Castle. It dates back to the 1260, and it was a symbol of the Norman influence in Ireland. This castle played a very important role throughout the Irish history, and eventually in 1967 it was sold to the government. At the moment it's open to the public and it hosts weddings and events. For more than 600 years, Kilkenny Castle was home to the Butler family, one of Ireland's most influential dynasties. Its primary purpose was to serve as a defensive stronghold and a symbol of the Butler family's power and status in the region. The castle's strategic location along the Nure River allowed for control over trade routes and regional defense. The castle itself features impressive medieval walls and fortified towers. The surrounding gardens and parklands cover approximately 202,000 square meters, offering visitors scenic walks and beautiful views. Across from the castle is the former stables built in the 1780s. Today the building has been transformed into a lively shopping area with shops selling jewelry, knitwear, pottery, glassware and other crafts. It's a really cool spot where history and shopping come together.
You can do a 45-minute self-guided tour. You buy tickets there under the arch. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, still around. You haven't seen anything.
So it's pretty much everything goes.
This is St. Mary's, a 19th century cathedral. I visited the interior, but since there were a few people praying, I chose not to turn on the camera out of respect. Some murals. Another mural over here. That's all from Kilkenny. Now we are heading towards the stunning Wicklow Mountains and the scenic Glendalough. Glendalough is a beautiful place in the Wicklow Mountains, famous for its historic monastery and a tall, distinctive round tower. The round tower is an emblematic symbol of Wicklow and is closely associated with the area's history. Surrounded by peaceful lakes and lush green hills, Glendalough is a wonderful spot to enjoy nature, take a walk, or learn about Ireland's ancient past. The monastic site was started all the way back in the 6th century by this Irish saint called Saint Kevin. People really looked up to him for being super kind and wise. As a young boy, Saint Kevin had this special vision from God that made him want to live a quiet life of prayer and solitude. He picked this really peaceful hidden valley surrounded by lakes to build his monastery, a perfect spot for thinking and praying. Over time, it turned into a pretty busy religious community. Monks, scholars, and pilgrims from all over Ireland and even other countries came to visit. You can still see the famous round tower, some old churches, and carved crosses there. They were symbols of faith and learning. The round tower is about 30 meters tall and was used as a bell tower and a safe place to hide if things got dangerous. Wicklow Mountain is the biggest national park in Ireland. The mountain itself is not very tall. I think it's about 930 meters tall. So it's not very tall, but there are several hiking routes. So if you want to enjoy even better views, you have to climb up a little bit. I've done this 5 years ago and it was a great experience. And as you can see, the nature is really beautiful, and because of that, a lot of American TV shows and film productions were filming in Wicklow Mountains. I think one of the famous movies was Braveheart, also P.S. I Love You, although it's not exactly in this location, but it is in Wicklow as well. The mountain offers the perfect blend between stunning scenery and a little bit of history. We explored earlier on the early monastic settlement established by Saint Kevin in the 6th century. And yeah, it's very interesting. There is a little bit of everything for everyone.
The name Glendalough comes from the Irish Glendalough, which means valley of two lakes. You might guess there are two lakes just from the name, but what's interesting is that they used to be one big lake. Over time, sediment built up and split it into the upper and lower lakes. The upper lake is sometimes called Guinness Lake because its dark water and white foam look like a pint of Guinness. If you hike up the mountain, you will be able to see the pint from above. This lake over here is the lower lake. The upper lake, or Guinness Lake, is the more popular of the two. As you can see, there are quite a few people standing on the shore. After capturing the breathtaking views of the lake, we are heading to our final destination, the highlight of this trip. We will visit a sheep farm to watch a sheepdog demonstration.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Just make sure.
Firstly, I'd like to welcome you all here to the sheep farm. My name's Richie. I own this sheep farm here among the Wicklow Mountains. Firstly, I'm going to give you a small bit of background about the farm, a little bit about my background, and then we'll move up to the demonstration area. So this would be a working farm. I'd have just over 220 breeding ewes or mature females here. I'd also carry through the winter each year 50 young female lambs that are born here each spring as replacement flock. The busiest time of year on this farm would be from 20th of March till about the 15th of April. That's the main lambing season.
Kudos to the Irish for really knowing how to showcase their country and turn just about anything into a tourist spot, even a sheep farm. This was definitely our favorite stop. As you will see in a moment, the sheepdog demonstration was impressive and the lambs were absolutely precious. At the end, everyone got to hold a baby lamb, and this experience was priceless.
Yeah, drop, wait, away, walk on, lie down, away, yeah, away, walk on. Walk on. Lie down. Lie down. Commands on this dog, he's just on word command because I've always walked this dog close to me. It's lie down, walk on, away for the right, come by for the left, steady means slow down, and of course another one when they miss some sheep It's lie down, look back, and away I come by. Sometimes people ask me, what did the sheep think of the dog? I'd safely say they prefer if they never saw a dog in their life, they were minding their own business, and this dog comes along. Right, away.
Oh. I get tired watching. Moving from one paddock to another. Wind might see things in like people slide their
Yeah, you only need one. I don't like to hold him.
Yes.
The mommy is not happy.
Not really, no. The other mother, the other one's a bit old, the other mother's got used to it. She's knows the routine, he'll be back. But she's...
Do you want to hold it?